Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Johto Cup again, and we have a very interesting team here with the Shadow Blossom, and in the back we also have the Lantern and we have the Shadow Ho-Oh, which is very spicy. And this team got me in like 4 sets of 150 plus points. I think I had two 5-0s, 1-3-2. I think 1-4-1 or something. Like, it went so crazy good. I had to cut out a lot of wins actually, because like I couldn't show all of the footage I had, and I think I only cut out the wins, or like mainly. But yeah, it was a crazy good team. Here my opponent to Obata is actually a fellow streamer, also awesome content creator that always uses some Shadow spicy Pokemon. Yeah, nice catch there by him. We see the acrobatics coming through, and you see the Ho-Oh barely survived this. I actually thought it would do less, but later on, at least because I let this move through, I knew that later on acrobatics wouldn't do that much against me if it's a normal jump bluff, so I would be able to survive at least one, which is good to know, but like this, a little bit tricky. The thing with this team, it's pretty decent against a lot of things. Here, this thing sadly had the wing attack with that bubble, which is the usual moveset. This would be a way better matchup, but like this Blossom is actually such a cool Pokemon. Blossom kind of surprised me how good this thing is. I already thought it would be good. I built it already 3-4 seasons ago, and I think I never used it in a video. Now I can finally show it off. This thing is just so spammy. Like, it's a pretty decently bulky as well. Like, usually I think in the normal form it easily can survive Ice Beam from a Azumarill. I know it's the same in the Shadow form. But you have Bullet Seed plus Leaf Blade, which is always kind of destructive. And we have a Donphan coming in, the only real ground type here. I think my opponent swapped out there. He did into a Quagsire. It does not matter. We can just farm him down in time, and our Ho-Oh is gonna sweep the opponent there. Ho-Oh swept so many games. Honestly, like, Ho-Oh was insane. You're gonna see me here go for a Brave Bird. Bye-bye, Donphan. There were teams where Ho-Oh just completely went through. There was also one game which I rented all into the wrong cup. I just rented to Open Great League because I didn't pay attention. And that was also a crazy game, but we're gonna see that later. I think it's in the video. We see the NiRiain here against us. Usually it's not the best matchup, but we have Dazzling Gleam, which is super effective. I just baited the first, but he didn't do anything, and he just gonna take the Dazzling Gleam, barely survives. We can take the move on our Lantern. He comes in with a Meganium, and I should have thrown the move already here. That was a kind of stupid mistake on my part. I should have thrown the Thunderbolt before. But yeah, he threw his move. I'm just going to shield the potential Earthquake. I think it's still going to hurt a lot. So I was just thinking that shields are better there. I can farm it all the way down. We have 100 energy. And we see the Skarmory coming in. And yeah, I wish Lantern would have been cool here. But we still have our Ho-Oh. Maybe there's still a chance. I don't really think so, but we will see. We can go for another Earthquake here. We have some lag from me on my opponent's part. He let it go, and now we can just farm all the way down. There's nothing my opponent can do anymore. We can just farm him down, he let it go, and we're gonna be able to win this game. Good game there. Next opponent, we're gonna have Porygon 2 in the lead. Very spicy Pokemon, but we can actually outspeed him, which is something that you rarely see on Pokemon. We need 9 turns to get to 1 Leaf Blade. Actually, I think on the 4th Leaf Blade or something, we get it actually after 6 turns already, which is crazy. Like, Blossom is so spammy, it's so crazy spammy, and we can just destroy this thing. We always win this matchup. There is no scenario where we won't win this matchup, as long as you let the first one go. There's nothing he can do. We have to shield twice though, but we nearly would be even able to farm down here, but we got the debuff, so I just swapped out. He goes into his own Lantern, but his Lantern is a Water Gun Lantern, and mine isn't. So it's really cool that we get the Lantern out of the way here anyway, because we have our Fire type in the back. We don't really want to see this with that thing anyway. Fire Flying, not the best for Lantern. But the actual cool thing about Ho-Oh Lantern matchup is sometimes I went for a Ho-Oh as a safe swap depending on the lead that I face. For example, if I face a Skarmory in the lead, I would go into the Ho-Oh instead of the the Lantern, because if you see a Skarmory lead, usually yeah, like you kind of want to have the hardest counter in the back. Here's the one game there I went into Open Great League on accident. We see Reggie still coming in. Yeah, this was a full meta team from the Open Great League. Me playing with my two Shadow Stupid Pokemon from Johto. That was nice. We can go for the... Actually, I kind of want to know which ranks I would be in Great League. I'm not going to look right now, but they're most likely super low ranked. But yeah, we're actually going to be able to KO the Registeel at least. He goes into... the Walrein. We can just go into our Blossom and we can go for one Leaf Blade. He doesn't KO us with one charge move anyway, but he can farm us down afterwards, which is not that cool. But we got his last shield. So we sadly don't get to the Leaf Blade. That would be huge. My opponent makes a huge mistake here. He just plays pretty poorly here, just saying that. Because he stays in here, he definitely would have been able already to swap out, but we can now go into our Lantern, go for the Thunderbolt, and here's only the Medicham in the back. One Brave Bird from our Shadow Hole, gonna be able to KO him, and so that's how you basically beat the most broken meta team from, from the Great League with a Johto Cup team. We have now the Umbreon in the lead again, and I was thinking, okay, maybe he doesn't know, but this guy knew it and actually shielded the Dazzling Beam, which is not good for me. I'm just gonna let my Blossom go down now and just gonna go for one more Leaf Blade. Do I swap out here? I think I still survive this. I actually swap out into my Lantern, and he goes into Quillfish, which is a huge for me because I think he swapped into the wrong Pokemon. I think he wanted to go into something else. Maybe he just also wanted to swap to farm me down with his Quillfish. That could be also the case. But like this, we're going to be able to realign our Pokemon laydown. We have now 2 shield advantage with our Ho-Oh, and he goes into his Umbreon, which is totally fine for me. Goes our Foul Play, he can farm me down. And Ho-Oh can sweep now. Ho-Oh has like basically the best coverage anyway. And with 2 shields, and there's nothing that really can stand against that. Umbreon, half health, bye. And we see the Lantern coming, and we're just gonna swap out because we know that we get to the Earthquake anyway in time, as we can just shield this move and he cannot farm me down in time. And this is the cool thing about the Earthquake coverage on Ho-Oh, which I also think that Earthquake might be a little bit better than Sacred Fire. On Ho-Oh, like the coverage against electric types, for example, in Master League Zekrom would be a huge advantage if you have the Earthquake instead. And here, like you saw the Lantern, what was better with the Earthquake instead. I don't know. I don't think the Sacred Fire really does anything for Ho. It's definitely good that they buffed it nowadays, which I also said before that they have to buff it because otherwise it had like nothing to do anyway. Like it was so bad. But like this, it still won't be the greatest move that you ever heard on Ho. I think Earthquake is still in most scenarios better. In neutral scenarios, like the other move would be a little bit better, most likely. For example, in this scenario, like the yeah, we see also that the acrobatics doesn't do here. The Sacred Fire might be a little bit better, but also not really, to be honest. Like it doesn't really matter too much. We can go for the Brave Bird here and get the last shield as well from my opponent, and he can KO me. I'm just gonna let it go. Energy Ball me. I can go for the Dazzling Beam. I expect my opponent to swap out soon, so I'm just gonna we're just gonna not throw my move immediately, and he goes into Lantern. I can go for my Leaf Blade, and this thing is gone, and we're gonna win this game easily. With this team as well, like again, I went up like 150 points in 4 sets with this team. Played some other stuff before, which I like stole from Twitter, but they're all teams that didn't work for me, so this was a nice team. But here, this is like the problem with this team, I think. Yeah, we have a very common team in the meta, which is the Skarmory, Quillfish, and Quagsire, which I also put into my best teams for this cup video. Because, yeah, it is just very good. It is just a very good team, but this just completely destroys me, so I have nothing to do against that thing. And we see the Quagsire, I'm just gonna surrender there. There was one game that I actually won against it. It might be already cut off, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's in there. We'll see. We have an Ursaring. I'm just gonna build up to my big move, so he has to shield, and Ursaring only has close combat really as a charge move, so like we know that we can take it. And he gonna shield again after this Leaf Blade, and this Leaf Blade gonna be able to KO him. So we have a shield advantage and switch advantage, and he goes into Donphan, which we can also go for a move. The Blossom is completely destroys my opponents. We're actually like at 3,200 plus range right now. I'm most likely gonna tank again as soon as we have like the 20 battle sets, because it's not worth it for me, sadly. Like there's no reason for me to stay up there. The Q times are ridiculous. I play against good opponents, but yeah, like for me, the waiting time is not really worth it. We have the Granbull in the lead here. You can get 2 shields against the Granbull with your Blossom, so I just take this. And now I have 0 shields against me, and I can farm this Fairy type down with my Ho-Oh. And I have no idea what my opponent thinks or what he wants to do here right now. He just stays in, okay, comes into the Quillfish, fine for me. He has the Earthquake, bye Quillfish. He goes back into his Fairy, bye Fairy. He goes into his Mecargo, bye Mecargo. Ho-Oh is just so underrated. It's just so much fun to play with it. We have Skarmory again. We have a Lantern coming in. Hooray! But here again, that's what I said before. In this scenario, you always get a shield advantage with the Ho-Oh, which is crazy because Ho-Oh is a Fire Flying type against a Water Electric type. But because of the Earthquake, you can just go for the Earthquake. And the Earthquake, you get to the second move before he gets to his second Thunderbolt. So then you are basically not aligned anymore, but you can just go into your Blossom, farm up a little bit extra. I should have farmed up more energy there actually, that was stupid. And now it depends on what he has in the back. He has actually Sudowoodo in the back, which is for me an easy win. Bye bye. 1 Hydro Pump and this thing is gone, and this Skarmory cannot do anything against me anyway, so bye bye there. Hitmontop. This is kind of tricky, like it's just such a neutral Pokemon against a lot of Pokemon. There's not a lot of things that Hitmontop hits for super effective damage. I mean, you have Mecargo, you maybe have Steelix, but both of them are not really that common. So it's a very neutral Pokemon, and he can get a shield there. I have to shield again, but I should be able to farm him down. He swaps into Ampharos, which is nice for me because now I can avoid the Ampharos with my Ho-Oh, but I misplayed this matchup. I forgot about this. Yeah, I misplayed this game completely. The thing that I should have done here is I should have either tried to farm him down, or I should have not thrown. I shouldn't have thrown this move here. And I realized my mistake here because now it depends on what he has in the back, and he has a Lantern in the back. I have not enough time, even if I waited out the switch clock here, to swap out of my Ho-Oh, so I'm gonna lose this match. But if I just let it go, I would have been able to outspeed the Lantern with my Ho-Oh to the next move, which would have been able to like KO him here. Also nice swap out by my opponent. But like I misplayed this game pretty hard. I would have been able to win this if I played it correctly. So good game to my opponent. We have Quagsire coming in, and we have the worst possible lead for this team, by the way. It's Jumpluff. Jumpluff lead is basically unplayable. But I encountered, I think, 1 in 20 matches, or 21 matches. 1 was like in the wrong league though. We see the Quagsire there can go for the Stone Edge. We actually got a shield from him, which is really nice. And this thing actually runs Sludge Bomb, which I remembered, which was crazy, but doesn't really matter. I can go for 1 Leaf Blade, I can KO this. I'm just gonna farm up 1 extra and then swap out, so I have the move stored. And we see the Lantern coming in, we have the Earthquake, and we know we're gonna win this 1 shield scenario easily against the Lantern. He just let it go anyway, which doesn't matter then for me, because we can just farm him all the way. We can go for the Brave Birds here. And even if he KOs me, I think my Jumpluff still would have, not my Jumpluff, my Blossom would have still enough play to KO him, still enough health to get to him, maybe even a Dazzling Gleam. It has already 1 move stored anyway. But like this, Ho-Oh is swapped again. You see how good Ho-Oh is right now. And another Hitmontop, crazy. This time around I'm building up a little bit higher for the Dazzling Gleam, maybe shields. I don't know why he didn't shield, but okay. We can go for another Leaf Blade, gonna be able to get the last shield, the first shield, and my opponent goes into a Quagsire, but Ho-Oh doesn't really care. Bye Quagsire. It's so insane. This thing is just such a monster. Like nobody expects it, nobody has anything against it. It is crazy. We can farm up extra, we can just farm down, and we now have another move stored. We get the Typhlosion out of the way, and Ho-Oh is hungry. I just swap out. I shouldn't have swapped out anyway. I was like not sure if he can farm me down, if he snuck in a move that I didn't see. So like this was like the safer play, but doesn't matter at the end. He can Solar Beam me here, but yeah, we just go for the Ho-Oh sweep, and he just doesn't even have to throw a charge move anymore. Ho-Oh is just too strong. Into the last match, we have Skarmory against us in the lead. We see the Sudowoodo coming in. That's not the best for me, but actually this matchup was crazy. Sudowoodo, a rock-type Pokemon with getting fast to the Rock Slide against my Ho-Oh, which takes a longer time to get to the Earthquake. Who's gonna win this match? Guess what? it's gonna not be the Pokemon that you expect here. I think we're gonna go for one Brave Bird. He gonna shield this. But Ho-Oh survives with 1 HP in a dream, goes for another Brave Bird, KOs this thing, aligns my Pokemon perfectly. Now we have the Umbreon against the Blossom, and we can counter him at the end with our Lantern. So we're gonna be able to win this game pretty easily. Now, my opponent missed a swap as well, so a good game there. Yeah, thanks all for watching. This team was amazing. I can highly recommend you this team. I don't know if you play Johto Cup or Great League or Ultra League or Master League right now. But yeah, thanks all for watching. See you in the next video. Also, we have soon the Johto Tour, which is gonna be also really cool, also for PvP months. So yeah, thanks all for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of the day and look at this nice dazzling team. Bye!